It's time to make it do what it do. Let's go. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Ramonepreston Show. I've been running all morning, just made it back to the office, actually to the office for the first time today. But I'm super excited because we got a lot we need to talk about today. So if you're coming on, joining me live, please do me a quick favor. Hit the like button, hit the share button, tag Lolly Dolly everybody and let them know that your boy Ramonepreston, my squad, we are all here live in the beautiful Buckhead community of Atlanta. And this is the day that the Lord has made. We are rejoicing and we are glad in it. Today is Wednesday, October the 4th, 2023. Again, if you're coming on, joining me live, I want you to hit the like button, please. Hit the share button, tag Lolly Dolly everybody, and let somebody else know that the Ramonepreston Show is live. We are right here in the beautiful Buckhead community of Atlanta. I'm getting my charger for my phone so that my phone doesn't go dead. But ladies and gentlemen, you are watching the Ramonepreston Show. Today we're going to be talking about how to use the top two systems that I've been talking about all week. If you've been following me on the show this week, you should know that we've been talking about the top two systems, So just in case you haven't watched the show, before we get started, please put in the comments, let me know what city you're watching the show from. Put in the comments what city you're watching me from. I love to know where you're watching the Ramonepreston Show from. I want to say congratulations to all of you that have reached out to us, those of you that are making a connection to our community, whether you're joining our Millionaire Blueprint educational program, whether you're joining our Millionaire Mentorship coaching program, or whether you're just subscribing to our YouTube page, following us, and just staying on top of what we're putting out. I want to say thank you so much. Thank you for being a part of our community. Thank you for trusting my team and I to help you take your business to the next level. That's what this show is all about. We come here every Monday through Friday live to share information with you. And this information is really designed to help you properly start, structure, and scale your business to 6-7 figures and beyond. So again, today, I'm going to be talking about how to use the top two systems in your business. So if you haven't been following me this week, let me just make sure everybody understands what we've been talking about, okay? So Monday and Tuesday, I talked about the top two systems you should be using in your business. Every entrepreneur, every small business owner has several things that they do that I consider to be specific activities in their business, okay? Every entrepreneur and small business owner has certain things that they do in their business that I consider to be specific activities, okay? And in order for you to really make an impact as a small business owner, in order for you to really grow your business and really track to see what's working and what's not working in your business, you have to have systems. Or another way of explaining systems is you have to have platforms that can house the information and track the information, okay? And so Monday and Tuesday, I talked about the top two systems that you should be using, even if you don't know a whole lot about systems and platforms and technology. I shared with you two systems that you need to use. I also provided links to those systems. And if you don't know how to get those systems up and running for your small business and configure those systems to work for you, we have courses, we have tutorials, we got workshops and boot camps. We have a lot of resources and help to make sure that you can work those systems into your business to start tracking all of your activities. Now, those activities include your executive activities, meaning that you as a CEO, you're the executive of your business. So there are certain things that you do as an executive that you want to track. There are certain activities you want to track. You have sales activities. Those activities are activities that involve you selling products and services, or at least trying to sell your products and services. You also have marketing activities, how you create content, how you send emails out, how you reach out to people and communicate to people about your products and services. You have administrative activities. Those are more back office things that you're doing, whether it's for your website, your landing page, you're working on your logo, your trademarks, your curriculum, your paperwork. And then you have your financial activities. So if you think about those 5 areas of activity, they are critical to every small business. And even if you're not following it and tracking it, you're still doing it. I don't know a small business owner that doesn't have those 5 areas of activity going on every day, whether they tracking it or not. And so Monday and Tuesday, I talked about 2 systems or platforms that you could use. And I also showed you how those 2 specific systems that I shared with you, how they both could be used to cover all 5. All right. And so today I want to show you a little bit on how to use those 2 systems. So if you didn't get that information, the first system that I talked about was QuickBooks. Okay. And again, I know people that might watch this video or this show, and you may say to yourself, there are so many other systems out there that you could use to track your financials or to track your sales or your marketing. I know it is. I use some of those other systems, but most of the people that I work with, most of the students that I work with, clients, mentees that are in my coaching program, most of them are small business owners. They solopreneurs. They don't have a lot of resources. They probably work jobs and they're trying to run their businesses, and they don't have the ability to hire people to do this stuff. And a lot of them don't even know how to use a lot of sophisticated technology and platforms. So I'm giving the basic information about some of the most simple programs and platforms and software that you can use. So again, the 2 top systems or platforms or pieces of technology that I recommend you to use, especially if you don't know how to use a lot of technology and you don't have a staff, is QuickBooks would be one, and then Monday.com would be the second one. These would be the first 2 systems or platforms that I recommend you to use. And again, you could find so many other different software out there, so many different platforms or tracking systems or project management software. You use what you want to use. But if it gets too complicated, if it feels like it's overwhelming you, then find software or find platforms that could work for you to make it a little easier. These are the 2 that I recommend because, number one, these are the 2 that I use. Even though I have other software and other platforms and pieces of technology that I use and I continue to use, I do that a lot because I want to know what's working best. I want to be able to help my clients better, and I want to make sure that I provide the easiest, most simple way for the people that trust me as their coach and their mentor. And so here's what I've learned, and I know it to be true because I've done it. These 2 pieces of technology you can actually use to cover all 5 of the areas of activities that I mentioned: your sales, your marketing, your admin, and your what is the other one? Your executive activities and your financials. So again, I'm sure if you did the homework, you could find several pieces of technology, several platforms that could be used to track these 5 areas. But here's what I want you to understand. As a small business owner, as a solopreneur, especially if you're a solopreneur and you don't have a team, you don't have a staff, you ain't got people that you paying to work with you. And even if you do, you still got to make sure that they know how to use it. But especially as a solopreneur, a small business owner, you got to get to a point to where you start tracking these 5 areas of your business. You want to be able to track your sales. You want to know what type of sales you're generating. You want to be able to have a script. You want to have a sales process. You want to be able to get names and numbers and email addresses and put it in some type of CRM or platform, right? For your marketing. You want to be able to set goals, content creation goals. You want to put a calendar together. You might have certain projects that you want to work on for your marketing, for your branding, for your designing, for certain flyers or events that you're doing. You want to be able to track where you are with those activities. Your administrative activities, there's certain things that you want to know and stay on top of when it comes to the day-to-day operations and management of your business. That's more administrative. You want to be able to track that. As an executive or CEO, you may have a calendar of events, things that you got to remind yourself about. You want to be able to fill your schedule up and tie your schedule to some type of platform so that even when you do get to a point to when you hire a virtual assistant or a personal assistant or a bookkeeper or anybody, even if you just get family and friends sometime to help you and volunteer, you want to be able to have a platform that they can go on to see what are the things in your business are going on, where you at with everything. And then with your financials, you want to be able to track your income, your expenses, what's left. You want to be able to look back the last 90 days or 6 months or a year and see how much money you made, how much money you spent, how much money was left. You want to be able to project into the future. So if you're watching me today and you following me, I hope you understand how important it is for you to be able to track these 5 activities, areas of activity in your business. I promise you, once you figure out how to use platforms like these 2, once you figure out how to use these to track all the activities and figure that out, I promise you, your business is going to get easier. Running your business is going to become easier. Being a business owner is going to get better because you're going to be able to become more efficient and effective in how you use your time every day. Because again, if you just waking up every day as a business owner and you just doing whatever comes at you and you ripping and running, trying to run your business and work on the side and do all this other stuff, you really don't know if you coming or going, and you don't even know where are you spending most of your time. Are you even spending the right time in the right areas? So when you can have these areas compartmentalized or sectioned off in certain systems or platforms, and you can track what's working and what's not working, it's easy to go back at the end of the day or at the beginning of the day or at the end of the week and see, wow, where did I spend most of my time? Where were my activities best? What made the most impact? And what changes do I need to make? I promise you, this is by far one of the biggest differences between small business owners and even solopreneurs who succeed and small business owners and solopreneurs who fail. And let me just throw this in, even though I'm not at the end of the show yet, but if you do not have the ability by yourself to put these systems together, to create processes for these systems, and to get better at running these systems, don't keep putting it off until sometime in the future when you think you're going to be able to have time and have the ability to do it. That's why people like me exist. That's why coaches and consultants and experts and mentors exist, because we have already been through the hard part of trying to figure this stuff out. And then once we figure it out, of course, you have to pay for courses, you got to pay for mentorship, and you got to pay to have sit downs and come to workshops and boot camps to flesh this stuff out. But at least we making it easier for you, because if you don't know what you're doing and you don't have none of this together, I already know you feel like you all over the place. One of the biggest complaints that I get from small business owners and solopreneurs, which most of them are solopreneurs, one of the biggest complaints I get from them is, I feel like I'm all over the place. I don't have help. I can't afford help. I don't have enough money to just work on my business full time because I'm not making enough money. In other words, all of my problems are tied to one of these 5 things, if not all 5. You have to fix this in order for your business to get fixed. Do you understand what I'm saying? If you're not making enough money, that means you have a sales problem. That also means you might have a marketing problem. That means that it's going to affect your financials. It's going to affect your administrative and executive activities. Everything that you do as a small business owner is tied to these 5 things. And so my recommendation is, if you're just getting started learning about systems and platforms and processes and technology, my personal recommendation is for you to start with these 2 and then work your way up to more sophisticated platforms and systems that might be better over the course of time. But these 2 are going to make your business totally different. Because again, 9 out of 10 business owners ain't even working with these 2. 9 out of 10 business owners waking up every day, throwing spaghetti at the wall, hoping something work. If you sat down with 9 out of 10 business owners and asked them, can you show me your sales activities? Can you show me a lead board or a prospect board? Do you have a platform somewhere or a piece of technology that has the information of names, numbers, and email addresses? Most people don't have that. If you ask most entrepreneurs, do you have a sales process, or how do you walk somebody through a process for them to become a customer or a client? They don't even know what you're talking about. If you ask most entrepreneurs, do you even have a script, dog? Bruh, do you got a script? Most of them will be like, what do you mean a script? So what that shows you is most entrepreneurs, they have a dream and a desire, and maybe like me, you have a calling and an assignment. Because being an entrepreneur for me is not just a dream and a desire. For me, as a preacher, it's an assignment. It's a part of my calling. So no matter if you got a calling to be an entrepreneur or if it's just something you dream and desire to do, guess what? You've got to become more professional about what it is God done told you to do, or what you feel like is a part of your dream and your purpose in life, okay? So I could go down this whole list and show you how most entrepreneurs do not track the day-to-day activities of their sales, their marketing, their administration, their executive activities, or their financial activities. Thus, meaning that most entrepreneurs are failing, because you cannot succeed and you don't track this stuff, okay? So again, back to my point, because I only got a few more minutes. QuickBooks and Monday.com, just these 2 platforms. And if you need the link to these 2, I'll give you the link to these 2. I'm actually an ambassador of QuickBooks. I'm an affiliate of Monday.com. I have tutorials. I have courses. I do workshops with my mentees to show them how to use these 2, because I already know once you wake up and you're able to track these 5 areas of activities in your business, you're going to feel like you done mastered life. You're going to feel like you got entrepreneurship like at the palm of your hand. So again, how does these 2 cover these 5? Well, QuickBooks covers your financials, right? QuickBooks covers your financials. And how are you going to use QuickBooks to get the best out of it? Well, you can use QuickBooks because a lot of people be thinking about, how can I lower my taxes? How can I implement creative tax strategies? You have to do that through platforms like QuickBooks, because through QuickBooks, you can, what I call, trace your financial activities. That means you can look back 90 days, you can look back 6 months, you can look back 2 years and see what worked and what didn't work. And the better you get at QuickBooks, you can start separating certain details and items to show, where was that $10 made? Where was that $30 spent? So that you can easily go back and trace to see how much money came in, how much money went out, how much money was left, and where did that money come from? What items were sold? Where did that money go? And how much was left? Was it left in the bank, or did I deploy it to something else? So you want to trace. You also have the ability to track current income and expenses. So this is how I stay on top of all my financial activities every day. I got three people who actually stay on top of my financial activities to make sure that any time of the day, if I need a number about income, expenses, creative tax strategies or whatever, I can get it within a few minutes because I have a system like QuickBooks that tracks my financials, where it traces my past activities, tracks my current activities, and I'm able to forecast into the future. So that means I can look back a year up to today. I can look at what I'm doing today, and it helps me to determine what do I need to do in the next 3 months? What do I need to change? What areas of my business made the most money? You get what I'm saying? So you can cover financials with QuickBooks. The other 4, this one here, executive activities, administration, marketing, and sales, you could cover all 4 of those with Monday.com. Monday.com gives you the ability to, it has a CRM feature, a feature that lets you track your marketing activities, your sales activities. You could create a lead board. You could create a dashboard. You could track your administrative activities. Like literally, I use these 2, even though I use other systems and platforms too, but I still use these 2. And one of the reasons why I push this so much on my students and clients is because if I have been able to build a 7-figure organizational enterprise with just these 2 systems or platforms alone, anybody can do it. You just got to be willing to take the time to learn the ins and outs of them and get better at it because you're using it on a day-to-day basis. All right? So with Monday.com, again, you can use it for your sales, your marketing, your administration, and your executive activities. And it will make it better when you're using Monday.com because you're able to see where people information is. When you get names, numbers, and email addresses, you can put it in Monday.com. When you have a schedule of events or a calendar of events, you can put it in Monday.com. So my team members, they could go to Monday. They can see what I'm doing as an executive. At least my personal assistant can. She could put stuff in there when I got stuff on my calendar. My executive administrator can put administrative details in there based on what I want to know of what's going on in my business. And then we got a board where we can put our sales information, our marketing information. These are 2 powerful platforms. And again, you could cover all of the main activities in your business with just 2. So if you do not have these 2 platforms or platforms that are helping you track and get information on these 5 areas of activity, if you need help with that, I want you to reach out to me today, okay? We have courses on these 2. We have workshops that we host for these 2. In my mentorship program, I could sit down with my mentees in coaching sessions and walk them through a step-by-step process of how to get these set up, how to get them configured, and how to get them integrated into their business. And if you do not have a coach or a mentor and you're not a part of a community that's showing you how to engineer at least $1 million business, we have a Millionaire Mentorship program. It's a 1-year coaching and consulting program. It gives me 1 year to work with you to help you engineer $1 million business. Most people got good ideas, but they don't have an infrastructure. They don't know how to set up the right structure. They don't know how to integrate the right systems. They don't know how to price and package their products and services. They don't know how to present them, and they don't know how to track everything that they're doing on a day-to-day basis so that they can scale to 6 or 7 figures. And we help make that happen in our mentorship program. We give you 1 year of education inside of our Millionaire Blueprint. We host 6 one-day live in-person and virtual events that touch on every system, every process, every activity you need. You get VIP tickets as a mentee to all of our workshops and boot camps. You get access to our weekly coaching calls. Every Monday, we host a weekly coaching call where we do deep dives and we answer questions, we get feedback, and we hear testimonies and success stories. We also have concierge inside of our community. So any day of the week, you need to call or reach out to them. You could text, email, or call. Somebody's going to reach back out to you to help get your question answered. And if for some reason you plan on or you're thinking about joining an exclusive mentorship program like this, we give you two options. We can give you a payment plan option if you need a payment plan option. All you have to do is reach out to us. But if you pay for this 1-year program, which is $3,500 in full, we add as a bonus one free LLC. That means we'll set up a whole LLC for you absolutely free, whether it's a holding company or operating company, and we'll add a free one-on-one coaching session where I'll sit down with you for about an hour or two. We'll put a whole game plan together for what you need to do, what your structure needs to look like, what your financial goals need to be. We'll look at your products, your services. We'll show you what systems you need to integrate. We'll set the trajectory for what the next year needs to look like. So if you're interested or if you have questions on this mentorship program, you just need to find out a little more information, look in the comments and text the word mentor to the number you see. We'll be more than happy to reach back out to you. Just text the word mentor to the number you see. My Millionaire Concierge, they have put a number in the comments. You could take that number and text the word mentor to that number and we'll reach right back out to you. We could get you signed up, onboarded today, and we can get you out of this cloudy confusion of chaos when it comes to you being all over the place and not having the right systems and processes. So again, I appreciate all of you for joining the show today. Hopefully there was something said that brought value to you and that opened your eyes to the possibility of how you can engineer a 6 to 7 figure organizational enterprise. Look in the comments. There's a word mentor. You could text the number to that number and we'll reach back out to you to answer any questions you have. Maybe you're just not sure if this program works, but you just want to find out a little bit more about what you need to do. Maybe do you need a holding company? Do you need to start a new LLC? Do you have the right systems? Is your products priced right? Whatever questions you have, we're available, we're open, we want to help you, we want to see you win and definitely want to see you in 2023 strong. So text the word mentor that's in the comments to the number in the comments and we'll reach back out to you today to answer your questions and hopefully to get you signed up to be a member of our Millionaire Mentorship program. So I love y'all, I appreciate y'all. We'll be back here tomorrow, same place, same time, 12 o'clock noon, right here on the Ramonepreston